In today's video, we have the MissleBait's Ned Bomb. It's a 3 1/4 inch Ned rig soft bait. Comes in a 10-pack. This color is called Candy Bomb. First up, what I think is the standard Ned rig jig head, the 1/15 ounce Z-Man Finesse ShroomZ. The fishing line today is 8-pound Cast King Fluorocoat. In regards to buoyancy, this is a buoyant bait. The tail is pretty much always flapping. My water filter on the right side of the screen is blowing to the left, so you can see the little bit of action on the Ned Bomb's tail. This bait is normally $4 on most websites. I got it for $3.19 on Discount Tackle. The color here is Candy Bomb. It's kind of a mix between green pumpkin and chartreuse. Has some red and blue and green flakes. As you see, it sparkles pretty well underwater. That would entice a good bite. And if you notice, whenever I keep it still, it kind of keeps moving. The tail kind of never stops moving, so there's always a little bit of subtle action. Let's see what the packaging says. Made in the USA, a serious soft plastic. They are based out of Salem, Virginia, it looks like. And these are not for human consumption. And remember to throw them away in the trash can when you're done. Texture and scent wise, they are pretty greasy and they smell mostly like plastic. They don't have a garlic or any special scent to them. They do have their own scent, but it's not too good. Next presentation for you is the 1/16 ounce high-vis lifted jigs EWG Ned rig jig head. These are the first EWG style Ned rig jig heads I was able to find on the market that are actually from a company and not just some dude selling them on eBay. They are pretty good, high quality. I've lost almost every one of them. I have a couple left, and this is one of them. As you see, this bait, pretty much no matter where it lands, the tail will float up and wave a little bit. So if you're looking for that little bit of action, the subtle action, this is always going to have a little bit of subtle action every time it hits the bottom. Also, you can see that it does really well at a vertical presentation. It stays really level, and the tail kind of flaps like a little bait fish would. And if you notice, this setup, it falls very quickly. The MissleBait's Ned Bomb falls through the water very fast. It's not one of the slow baits. Next up, we have one of my favorite jig heads. This is the 1/10 ounce Z-Man Finesse BulletZ. It's kind of like combining a EWG hook with a bullet weight, except they're attached, so it's like a 2-in-1 deal. It pulls through cover the best. It goes through grass perfectly, doesn't snag on anything, and always kind of sits at an angle. You'll notice that it pretty much never sits straight up. I personally think that this makes the bait look more like a crawfish because it's sitting at an angle into the defensive position versus like a worm that sits straight up and down, which makes this one of the better presentations overall. So if you have a lot of stuff to get snagged on, this is the hook to go with because it'll pull through cover very easily. Saving the best for last, this is the Z-Man ShroomZ Micro Finesse jig. It's in 1/8 of an ounce, so it's heavier than everything else I've shown, but you'll notice that it falls slower than everything else. And every time it hits the bottom, it has that thing where the skirt expands out and looks real cool. So this is kind of like a normal Ned rig jig head, but it has a skirt. Looks like it also helps bulk up the presentation a little bit. These colors don't match, obviously, but this is the color I had. I think this was Pond Scum. This plastic is just buoyant enough to pretty much always land with the bait's tail in the air and always wiggling anyway, so there's always action. Always, always, always. I'm going to keep saying that because it's always happening. Here I crawled against the bottom to see what it looks like, and I think it looks great. This is a really good jig head to pull across the bottom because it has two little wire brush guards to stop the hook from snagging up at anything. And as you see, it looks really nice dragging across the bottom. There's like a subtle movement of all the little strands that's a little different than a regular jig. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked the video, hit the like button below. Leave a comment on which lures you'd like to see underwater. And please subscribe to the channel because I'm going to keep making these. Thanks.
Get it. Fish in the lake, gonna catch 'em.